Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Evening Podcast for May 19th, 2025. Good evening, I'm Walter, and welcome to this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press. Here's a brief summary of our top now for the latest in social and cultural news. Here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, Tanzania. Opposition leader Tundu Lissu has appeared in court for his treason trial, which is seen as a test of the country's commitment to human rights and the rule of law. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. The trial has sparked widespread criticism from human rights groups and will continue to monitor the situation. Secondly, Poland. The first round of voting has set the stage for a closely contested runoff election between centrist Rafał Trzaskowski and nationalist Karol Nawrocki on June 1st. This election is crucial, as it will decide the future trajectory of Poland, including its relationship with the European Union and its commitment to democratic values. Lastly, in the United States, we're following a developing story about a bill that could significantly impact the country's voting laws. We'll bring you more on this as the situation unfolds. We'll be diving deeper into these stories and providing analysis in the coming days. For now, thank you for joining me on this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press. Until next time, good night. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we discussed the recent announcement by Endeavor Mining to purchase for cash any and all senior notes due 2026. This strategic move aims to optimize the company's capital structure and reduce debt, positioning itself for growth in the West African mining sector. Next, we delved into the world of ETFs, exploring two intriguing funds, the Dimensional International Small Cap Value ETF and the Capital Group US Multi-Sector Income ETF. Both offer unique opportunities for investors to diversify their portfolios, with a focus on international small-cap markets and corporate bonds, respectively. Lastly, we touched on the importance of staying informed and making educated investment decisions. As your trusted source for news and insights, we remind you that investing always involves some level of risk. But by doing your research and diversifying your portfolio, you can minimize those risks and potentially reap reward. That's all for tonight, folks. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the world of finance. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and always keep your wits about you. This is Louis, signing off from the AI Daily Press. Good night, and happy investing. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starr.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we explored the remarkable history of NASA's Stennis Space Center, which has been a hub for aerospace testing and innovation for decades. The center's legacy continues to inspire generations, and its contributions to commercial aerospace testing remain unparalleled. Next, we delved into the complex world of space weather and its potential impacts on our technological systems. A recent exercise conducted by the United States highlighted the need for international cooperation and investment in next-generation space weather satellites to enhance our understanding and preparedness for these events. Lastly, we previewed Google I/O, one of the most anticipated tech conferences of the year. With artificial intelligence taking center stage, we expect big announcements from Google on various products and services, including Gemini A, Android XR, and more. We'll be keeping a close eye on how Google plans to integrate AI into its existing products and address concerns around AI ethics and responsibility. That's all for tonight's summary. Tune in tomorrow for live updates from the Google I/O conference floor, and stay ahead of the curve with the latest news and insights from the world of tech and space exploration. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I'm Carl, your anchor for the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm your host, Howard. In our latest series of articles, we've been following the developments in the National Football League as teams prepare for the upcoming season. We started with a look at the potential implications of the NFL's schedule, particularly the Kansas City Chiefs' historic 5 prime-time games in the first 8 weeks of the season. We also examined ESPN's win probability projections, which predict the Washington Commanders to finish with a record of around 9-8. Next, we turned our attention to the Philadelphia Eagles, who are gearing up for another exciting season after their championship win last year. We discussed the team's significant off-season moves, including the departure of key players and the development of young talent like Keely Ringo, Sidney Brown, and Moro Ojomo. Finally, we highlighted some of the newcomers to the Eagles roster, such as Jalix Hunt and Tyler Steen, who will be looking to make an impact in the upcoming season. As always, the NFL is a league of constant evolution, and teams must adapt and adjust to stay competitive. That's a brief summary of our latest articles. Tune in next time for more in-depth analysis and updates on the world of sports. Until then, thank you for joining me on this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press podcast. I'm your host, Howard, and we'll see you again soon. Good night. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we explored the power of music and resilience in America through the story of rediscovery and hope. We saw how music can bring people together and inspire us to keep exploring and staying curious. In another segment, we delved into the importance of setting healthy boundaries in the workplace. We learned that boundaries are not about shutting others out, but about showing up with intention and creating space for what matters most. By prioritizing boundaries, we can create a work culture that values clarity, care, and creativity. Lastly, we brought you updates on 2 significant research developments. One team made a groundbreaking discovery about the spread of Mpox in West Africa, shedding light on the importance of continued research into infectious diseases. Another study issued a correction regarding a plant protein, ensuring the integrity of scientific findings and highlighting the relentless pursuit of knowledge and accuracy in the scientific community. That's all for tonight's summary. Thank you for joining me on the AI Daily Press. Until next time, stay informed, keep exploring, and remember that the best stories are often those that unfold just beyond the horizon. Good night. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Tonight, we've got a roundup of the latest news in music and entertainment. First up, we're remembering the legacy of actor Timothée Chalamet's co-star, as well as highlighting the chart-topping success of Lady Gaga's decade-old smashes. Yes, you heard that right. Her classic hits like Bad Romances and Just Dance are still killing the game. We're also shining the spotlight on Billie Eilish, who's back with multiple entries on Billboard's alternative charts, including the Oscar-winning ballad, What Was I Made For, from the movie Barbie. And let's not forget about Lady Gaga, who's teasing new music and a potential tour. These young pop stars are making waves in the industry, pushing boundaries, taking risks, and creating music that resonates with a new generation of fans. Trust me on this one, they're here to stay. So, if you haven't already, get on the Billie Eilish bandwagon and give Lady Gaga's classic hits another spin. Face it, darling. Music is the universal language, and we're all just along for the ride. That's all for tonight. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Until next time, stay fabulous. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here's David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Good evening, and welcome to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Here's a brief summary of our recent, and that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.